Hey friends, welcome back. I am Jason. We're just outside of Erwin, and this is the place where they were saying the rubber boots were being melted off of all the search and rescue guys, and where they were getting into the water. It was so toxic and hazardous because of all of the chemical contaminants in the water. Well, this is pretty much where they went down, because this huge plant here, this huge factory that is behind my truck over here, and another quarter mile, another half mile that direction, is where all this PVC plastic piping and stuff was manufactured and stored. And now it's in these huge monstrosities of piles, wadded up. That will eventually, well, hopefully get cleaned up. But there is remnants of this scattered forever downstream of here. I mean, it goes a long ways, all the way to the Gulf of Mexico, probably. It's hard to say, but yeah, it's a real mess. And the water over here, this standing water, we've just got a bunch of rain. We just got a whole bunch of rain, and all this mess, this polluted water and soil that we're standing in here is now in the ecosystem and going downstream of us here.
Yeah, it's a big creek right there, river.
So it's a pretty big ecological disaster just in and of itself. How toxic is this water? I don't know. I know I wouldn't want to drink it. I know I wouldn't want to have any of that in my water, in my glass of iced tea, that's for sure. But I would say that there's still a significant amount of chemical pollutants in the area. Just every time that it rains, it's just getting washed downstream and washed downstream. It's cold now. The winter is officially here. We got snow-covered mountains in the background. Winter is officially here, but the mess has not left. Lots of things to do in the future to clean up after this. You know, things are getting back in action, and people are going back to work, and homes are getting rebuilt, and infrastructure's being fixed and repaired and all of that, which is great, but there's still just a whole lot that needs to be done, and this is going to be years and years and years in repair and cleanup for sure. Lots of winter weather in our future. Supposedly there's a huge big winter storm coming to the area, I guess this in a few days, this next week. So we'll see what happens with that. I know a lot of places that we visited have some pretty unstable building structures, unstable earth. Some of the hillsides that were almost turned into landslides, but not quite, could potentially still slip away and cause destruction in their path. So we'll see. Lots of prayers going out for that. Hopefully the vast majority of the major destruction is over and we don't have any big landslides because of the winter storms. And a lot of things that people just don't think about, including myself sometimes, is that just what effects this has on the population. I mean, yes, a lot of people lost their lives in this devastation. A lot of people lost their homes, lost all kinds of their vehicles. Tons and tons of cars and vehicles were gone, were washed downstream and just turned into carnage. Just nothing left. Like this truck. See if we get a shot of that truck that we passed. It was just twisted up, nasty, destroyed. But what about everybody's jobs? I mean, this company right here was responsible for providing a ton of jobs in this area. And right now, probably just about everybody is out of a job, or they're doing something else. They have had to move somewhere else. I mean, who knows? They're out of work. It's hard to say how people are getting by because of all this, but like I said, it's going to be a long time. And I mean, they are rebuilding. They're fixing these buildings. They're going to be back in action eventually. It just takes a long time. So it just seems like things, when it rains, it pours. Literally, sometimes, you know, the economy is going downhill. Storms seem to be getting worse and worse. It's just, there's a lot of things that are out of our control, that are concerning and can be quite devastating to people. There's a lot of people that are living their own personal SHTF right now. And just, it feels helpless sometimes, because there's not a whole lot you can do to help the people around you. And sometimes there's not a whole lot you can do to help yourself. You just got to trust in God, have faith that eventually it's going to work out in the end. And if you stay positive, have a positive mental outlook on life, things will be a little bit easier for you. pick it up, rebuild, do the best we can to carry on, help the people around you as much as we possibly can, and make the world a little bit better each day. A lot of times what we were doing, we were up in these places after the storm came through, was just talking to people. People just wanted someone to talk to. Some of the search and rescue people, some of the people that were providing aid were just stressed out and wore out and had seen some pretty devastating things and just needed someone to kind of vent to and talk to. So maybe that's your job. Maybe if you come across somebody that just needs a little, not just necessarily in this area or it's just wherever you are, you know, everybody's going through some tough stuff. Everybody has hard things that they have to deal with in their lives. So be helpful, be kind. In this video, someone's gonna say, you know, what can I do to help? It's difficult to say, it's difficult to pinpoint these things. There's a lot of people out there that need a lot of help, and there's a lot of people that don't want the help. It's tricky situations, and it's hard to point the aid, point the help in the right direction, point the resources in the right direction. I ask the same question. I want to help, I want to do more, but what can you do? You know, if the opportunity presents itself, take it. I pray that the opportunity presents itself, and when it's there, jump on it, help as much as you can. And you know, these types of things happen all over the place. I mean, this one's pretty devastating, and it's, you know, visually it's pretty I mean, I'm awestruck looking at some of these things, these piles of rubble and the wasteland that's been left behind by this storm. But this stuff happens everywhere. There's storms and natural disasters and hurricanes and tornadoes and earthquakes and tsunamis and whatever. I mean, there's stuff all over the place. Your neighbor's house burns down, you know, it's much smaller scale, but there's opportunities everywhere to be helpful. So I would say think locally first. Look around locally for ways that you can be of help to somebody in your neighborhood. Start there if you really want to help. Start there and then start expanding outside that circle if possible. And I don't like getting political in my videos. I don't like talking about politics whatsoever. It makes me cringe, makes me a little nauseous when I think about politics. But I do think our government, our federal government, could do a lot to help the people of this country, as opposed to spending bajillions, trillions of dollars overseas and giving it away to other foreign countries. Why not put it into our communities? That's what I would like to see happen. Imagine one day waking up, if you survived, waking up and this being your yard, you know. What used to be this nice grassy lawn, probably landscaped quite well, had a nice driveway, long stretching driveway with a bunch of nice trees down it. And then now you got this, like a mini canyon. So now they've got a mini canyon in front of their home here. And it's a mess. Looks like their barn is pretty much destroyed. And this is their front yard. What used to be this beautiful river landscaped, probably very picturesque if I had to guess. I haven't been over here. The closest I've been to this is that highway right there. I've driven by here 100 times, but I've never been this close to it. It used to be beautiful. It used to be a beautiful river. And now it's a mess. And it's going to take a long time to clean it up. Hospital behind me, shut down, closed down, maybe indefinitely. It's hard to say if they'll ever open this thing back up. Hopefully they do. It looks like they're cleaning it up. But I would say the inside of that looks absolutely disgusting and terrible. It's going to be a while till that thing's operational again because the water was pretty high. I mean, we would be underwater right now. We'd be in knee-deep water at a minimum right now where we're sitting. It's hard to tell. Yeah, maybe waist-high water is how high it got. You can see right here. Yeah, maybe higher. Actually, like up towards my neck, you can see bottom of those green branches right there is where the water level was.